Hi guys, it's Rob. We're still doing the dog online business ideas and we've got to the drop shipping one. We're on video number 8 already. It's this one up here. And before I switch over to show you some examples on Google, let me just say drop shipping works this way. It's where there's two types. The most common, 90% of the world's on drop shipping websites, and it's called drop shipping for that reason. So sorry, this is not quite true for physical, but dropshipping works this way. You run an ad for a product that's manufactured by somebody else. That company, when you get the order, it doesn't matter whether they pay you or the dropshipper. Let's say they pay you. You then order it from the dropshipper, who doesn't send it to you. He sends it direct. He delivers direct to your client. So the dropshipper handles that fulfillment. They puts it in a box, says Rob Anderson's dog bed company, with your own. You got to get the dropshippers to do your own branding and stuff on it, and most of the time they do that, and they then ship your product straight to the person who bought it, and you keep the difference in the profits. So I'll show you examples of that now. Right, now to give you an idea, you could also take it to where a drop shipping is a supplier where you're not manufacturing, and you literally got the stock in your own garage, in your basement, and when people order, you've already got the stock and you move it on. This one's pretty cool if you're in a local country, and so you don't need them to keep sending it from China to, say, here in Canada. You know that you can ship it much faster. So because you can easily sell 100 a month, you buy 200 of them, and then when you get an order, you literally ship it straight out from yourself, and there's a more control, and etc., etc. But what you really got now is an online pet shop of sorts, with that version. But with remote drop shipping, let me take you across to the system and show you how it works. Let's stick with the dog bed, right? So this is the dog bed, and it's $26, right? I'm going to pause you while I go and open my AliExpress account. One sec. While that's opening properly, it'll open pretty quick. It needn't be AliExpress, by the way. You can literally buy from Wish and all sorts of other things. So now we want to do, what was this? What did I call it? Just a dog bed. But I prefer raised. Please don't bully me for bad spelling, guys. Raised dog bed. Click search. Let's see what they got. Okay, so none of those are the ones that I'm looking for. Here they are. There it is. Check that out. So here's the bunny one. Is it exactly the same? Rabbit? Look at it. It's identical, people. How beautiful is that? So this guy on Etsy that sold 172 of them, he's bought it from here. And it's pure drop shipping. So you can click on all of these images and see what they got, but the bottom line is they've got these, and they cost $17. But there would be bulk purchasing, and wow, let's just try and get past all the bump they've got. So yeah, they've got lots of stuff they talk about, and somewhere they might have bulk purchasing. They limit the weight of it. That's interesting. I'm getting into too many details. You've got to do this research itself. There's tons and tons of drop shipping courses. I don't have any of my own yet, but if you need it, I'll do one. But if you look, they just ship it straight to the client. I'm pretty certain this is exactly. It's such a cool example that I found so fast. So this is HBS is buying it straight from there. So you do the same. Let's do those chunky blankets. Chunky knit blanket. Right, so now we're looking at that blanket, right? It's an ad. Let's find one that's not. It doesn't matter that they're not. So any of these, 20, 20, 20, about $20 each, right? So we go back to AliExpress. That's not going to work. Chunky knit blanket. And hopefully they're not $20. There we go, $9, $3, up to $40. So you got to take care that you get it right. But $11. So these guys are making on average $10 per blanket that they're just reselling it straight on Etsy. So again, it's a fulfillment method. It's drop shipping. This is where they're doing the marketing. But you can put your product up on Etsy. You can run your images and your ads on anywhere, Pinterest. And the course, this by the way is one of the products the course that I was doing showed. And he was doing $10,000 turnover days sometimes from it. So yeah, drop shipping works cool. By the way, it doesn't hurt once you found out this is a product that sells to find out more things, like somehow you can personalize it. And so you literally take it further to where you do chunky knit dog products, you do chunky knit hats and cushions, chunky knit weighted blankets, they're baby products, and you learn how to do it physically yourself. So now you find out the real wholesale prices from a place, and you can take it to a different level. Sorry, we were talking about dogs, so yeah, it'd have to be dog related chunky knits, and yeah, my dogs would shred this in minutes. So it depends on what kind of dog you got. Real dogs perhaps not. A little, what do they call them, lap dogs, probably just fine. So I don't know if you do get chunky knit dog beds, but yeah, so the point is that wholesale, fine. In fact, literally anything. Let's go back to here. Yes, AliExpress, and we start with dog. Let's see what comes up first. Dog bed, dog leash, dogs, dog dress. I don't want to know about that. Dog brush, dog chain. So you could literally drop ship all of these. You could put all of these on your website one by one by one. Oh, Pablo would absolutely freak out if I put those on his feet. And one by one you could, I mean, look at this, dollar. Anti-slip. You could sell these for $10 quickly, easily. So there, and enough of these products on your website. By the way, sorry, I need to point this out. I should have in the beginning that we're on 7 minutes before I remember to say this. A huge amount of the drop shipping world runs their business, run their businesses with paid ads through Facebook and lately Pinterest. And a huge amount of those people don't have WordPress websites. They have Shopify. Because it's an easy, quick way of setting it all up. You could literally, it costs you a little bit of money, but a little bit of effort and learning to buy the right plugins and stuff. You could set it all up inside of the research and everything. All these doggy products, let's say, inside of 2 or 3 days. And in 2 or 3 days' time, you could be running ads. And by the end of the week, you could actually have a full-blown income on drop shipping from AliExpress worldwide. I'm not sure about right now, coronavirus issues. But generally speaking, in the normal times when the shipping's working and, China's the one that is back operational, but the rest of the world is shut down. So you'd have to look into that. But yeah, in normal business, this is a perfectly healthy thing. And Shopify's fine if you're paying for ads. If you want to build it up in a long-term dog story, then you'd blog it and use WordPress and follow my blogging course for that. Cool. So hopefully I've done enough drop shipping talking for you. So one more thing, my bad. The drop shipping industry, but let's go with the online marketing people like myself that teach you how to do this. The tendency in the last year or so is to say, AliExpress and China are bad. But I think they're just needing to have a new angle how to sell their courses. They're saying it's bad because the quality is suspect, etc., from China. And to me, that's just the absolute rubbish because, yes, perhaps as many as 50% of them are bad. But so you buy the first one for yourself and you look at it and you hold it up to the sunlight and you think, whoa, that is crappy. And then don't drop ship it. But buy one and think, whoa, that's pretty cool. Done. People won't ask for a refund for this, and then you sell it. So you don't have those issues. The other argument they have, these course guys, they're saying drop ship from a local drop shipping business. So they're saying don't go running off to China to find the stuff that everybody else is looking for, just like I've shown you. They're saying find a product in the country you live in and drop ship that. So, for example, let me give you one. When I used to live in South Africa, there was these guys that made these bead wire sculpture design things. They made jewelry, but they also made life-size sheep out of wire and beads. So now those aren't going to drop ship to the rest of the world, but yeah, if I bought a container load, by the way, they would sell, and they do sell around the world. But now let's take another example. So earlier on we spoke about the pet guys here. So you find a pet shop place that makes the pet beds, the dog beds here in Canada, and I arrange to drop ship straight from them. They can even be a guy who physically makes them homemade, and I tell him, look, sorry, I understand that you're the guy who makes them, but if I sell them for you, you don't have to do a thing. What's my wholesale price? And you might find that instead of him trying to sell the dog bed for whatever it was, $20, $30, I've forgotten that one dog bed, so it doesn't matter, $40, he still prefer that, but he might go to $25. And now you've got an absolutely unique, really, really handmade one. And yeah, whether the guy actually ships it from his house, or if you actually have to drive past there and pay him for 10, and then kind of deliver them yourself, it's all debatable. But it's the point is that you're marketing a product, and the true meaning of drop shipping is you get the order and that supplier posts it direct. But yeah, there's variations on all of that. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Catch you in the next video. Cheers.